Hey, my name is Paul. Today I will show you amazing list of
video monitors.
If this video helped you to select a nice product, please put a like and subscribe to this amazing channel.
C70 Mark II. This one comes in at $110. It is a 7-inch monitor with a resolution of 1024 by 600, and there's no marked brightness on the spec sheet. Let's go ahead and do a latency test. You can see it's pretty slow, which is unfortunate. But this one, really the story here is it's a large, cheap monitor with a lot of assist features actually. So in the box it comes with the monitor itself, the mount that's the same as the first one we looked at, and a similar hood, but obviously for the 7-inch. And this one also has that same flip out mechanism, which works really well. And then for power, we have a DC input jack and a battery plate, except now we're back to the proper Sony MPF battery, so that's great news. Another physical difference is there are quarter 20s on all sides of the monitor, letting you mount it in several different ways. It comes with the monitor itself, the mount that's the same as the first one we looked at, mechanism, which works really well. Another physical difference is there are quarter 20s on all sides of the monitor, letting you mount it in several different ways. A little difficult to get in there and make changes, and there's no function button to quickly access some of that stuff. For this monitor, you're going to do fine for composition. Color is all right, sharpness is good enough. But it's a big monitor with a lot of assist features, and if you need something larger, this will do the trick.
Now the other thing this has got that it's really cool is focus peaking, and it's got our menu items along the side here, and to access the ones that I've added to this camera, or I've added to the menu system, I just swipe over, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit the focus peaking. I'm going to turn these off for now. So now I've got focus peaking on, and what you're going to see is anything that is in focus has got sort of a little red area around it. Particularly for video, but for photo as well, this allows you to get really accurate focus when you are using manual focus, and it is super powerful, and a lot more powerful than the focus peaking that might be built into your camera, simply because you have a much bigger screen to work with. Another thing the Field monitor has is a built-in histogram, so if I click on that, what you can see is the histogram in the camera is much bigger, and it's actually taking up a fair bit of space. Another thing the Field monitor has is a built-in histogram, so if I click on that, what you can see is the histogram in the camera is much bigger, and it's actually taking up a fair bit of space. You're going to see my grid, so I can sort of use the rule of thirds, and you can use these things together. So I've got the grids turned on now. Now I'm going to turn on the histogram as well, I've turned on the zebras as well. I might want to turn on the histogram, so I've turned on the histogram, so I've got the histogram going there in the bottom right corner. Click this. I'll go back to the main menu. I also, if I have audio coming out of my HDMI in my camera, I can also monitor this with headphones, and I've got control of the volume with the little switch here. Once again, our LUT loader is here, so we can use any of the LUTs that are in there or load new ones in.
Hello people, how's it going? I'm Mariusz, and in this video we're gonna talk about FEELWORLD F6 Field Monitor. So let's start with what you get if you decide to buy the monitor. There's a lot of different bundles on Amazon, so if you decide to get one, check out what you get in your bundle. Because I got the basic one, and I only got the monitor, the tilting arm, the HDMI cable, your menu button, your power on and off button, and some navigation buttons. And 4 of those are HDMI input, DC input, DC output, which is useful for those people whose cameras don't have headphone jack, because you can plug it in straight to your monitor to monitor your audio as well as video. Slide in the back, or you can use center mark, which is useful to see the middle of your frame very clearly, and I use it all the time. Safe frames, which let you set the safe framing for different outputs. Image flip, which is super useful if you're filming yourself or if you mount the monitor in different configurations. Basically lets you flip the screen in every angle, so it shows the image in the right side up. Histogram, false colors, which is a great tool to see exactly how exposed are specific colors of your image, especially useful for exposing skin tones. Zoom, which lets you zoom in up to 16 times. Focus assist, which is really useful and I use it all the time. and that gives you the bright color on the edges of the image, so you can see if it's sharp, and you can choose red, green or blue as a peaking color. Overexposure, so it's another great tool that shows zebras on overexposed parts of the image. Embedded audio, which is really useful because you can see the audio levels of the value recording. 9-grid and ratio maker, which helps you set the ratio in which you will be outputting your video. You can also change the colors of the markers to red, blue, green, black or white.